Welcome back. Good day, eh? It is Labor Day here in Canada, and you're probably watching this after Labor Day or maybe months later. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining in. This is the Draft to Glory series, OOTP24. I am Laptop Hound, and thanks everyone for leaving comments on the previous videos. Entering into the contest, we will make that draw. Later on in the video, you will find out whether or not you have won 5 standard packs. And if you didn't get in the contest this time, you have a chance this video. Just wait until I ask the skill testing question and then respond in the comment section down below. You know where that is. And if you get the right answer, you will be entered in for the 5 standard packs that will go with this video. Thanks once again to OOTP Developments for allowing me to do these giveaways and provide back to my community, either here on Twitch or on YouTube. So if you're coming over from Twitch, how you doing? See you Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. If you're watching on YouTube, well, these videos might just pop up whenever. Okay, we left off after game 1. Let's continue on. Well, we already continued on to the end of April. Let's go to the end of May. Here we are, June 1st. It is almost summertime in 1912, and we've got some news to report. Well, here are the few player development reports that you see. No major player here. Dick McBride, Chubby Dean, and Frenchie Cordero on the development report. Where are we in the standings, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we, the Montreal Expos, are currently tied for first in the division with the Cincinnati Reds, who we beat in game 1 of the season. So thankfully, if we didn't win that game, we wouldn't be in first place right now. So that might be a season turning point, game 1 of the season. Curious to see how some of these players are doing. As I play these franchise, I get so wrapped up in the players. They become part of my OOTP franchise family, and I like to see how they're doing. Ted Kennedy, 10-5. He was 6-0, so he's kind of come back down to earth. Looks like he went from going 6-0, 4-5 this month. Roy Halladay, 7-5, and Scott Stratton, still not quite sure about him. That ERA is scary for Deadball Era, giving up a lot of runs. Even though he is 8-8, I'm going to give him one more month as a starter and might move him back down into the bullpen and just go with 2 starters, especially if we're still close to first place. Hitting wise, how are the boys doing? We've got 298 for Manny Seguin, Bob Chance. We've got 352 for Juan Pierre in a limited role. Scott Stratton, two-way player, hitting 333. Let's take a look at his batting stats. Yeah, he's got 10 doubles, 13 RBIs, 19 walks, and 16 strikeouts. 2.6 WAR, so definitely going to keep him in the lineup, even if we move him back down to the bullpen. 308 for Paul Molitor, and 333 for Art Shires in a limited role. Joe Sewell hitting 290. Not too bad for the team. Let's see where we are in terms of overall rankings. I don't often check this page. I need to check it more. We are first in runs scored, first in on-base percentage, first in OPS, batter WAR, WOBA, home runs. Not so great in zone rating, so our defense is kind of lousy. And stolen bases could use some room for improvement. So what I'm going to do in this strategy, I'm going to boost up our running a little bit. See if we can get a few more stolen bases. Everything else, we'll kind of keep the same for now. Yeah, whatever. We got some really high, some really low. Maybe we need to not go to the extreme on all of these. Let's go down one each from the extreme. Same settings we had when we made the World Series, but we haven't been back since. So let's see if that makes a difference. League leaders. Paul Molitor leading the league in RBIs. Nice. The Senator leading in wins and in strikeouts. Expos number 1 again in home runs. Runs scored, and second in batting average. I think they're doing fairly well. But the turning point could be this month. What do you think? We still going to be in first place? Well, here we go. Let's go up to Canada Day. And just like that, we are on July 1st. And the first thing that I saw when we got to July 1st was Scott Stratton had moved up from a 3.5 to a 5-star. Now, when I look here, it still says 3.5 overall, 4.5 potential. Here, though, it says potential rating improves from 3.5 to 5. Well, OOTP, you're still showing 4.5. What's up with that? I don't know who to believe now. Maybe one is just a scouting report different from the in-game scouting report. Not sure why the difference is there. If you know, leave it in a comment below, because I'm not sure how to read these development reports. Or could it be that he's already changed from when that report came out? Let's go to the history. He's already got quite a few accomplishments. Wow. Only 22, and he's got all these reports. He was, again, our first round pick back in the we drafted him as a 17-year-old back in the 1906 draft. Quite a few game achievement. Look at this. I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Oh, yeah, he's been involved as an Expo. So the movement went up, the control stayed the same. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to read these ratings, because apparently he should have gone up to a 5-star potential. But hey, we'll take it. He went up. Up is better than down in OOTP. I guess that player development update was, when was that? That was today. So as of today in game. All right, let's take a look at some of our league leaders. Who is impressing so far? Let's look at the combined. See how they're doing in the whole league against everyone else. Bo Jackson tied in home runs, also leading in RBIs, passing Paul Molitor. Any other leaders? Paul Molitor most at bats. War-wise, Bo Jackson is second. Roy Halladay, 21 sacrifice hits. Nice. And I think Cal Daniels, second overall in strikeouts. Not a good stat. Come on, Cal. Don't strike out as much. What is your... Yeah, Void K. Yeah. Okay, I understand now, Cal. Let's boost that up a little bit. Pitching wise, again, 3-man rotation. We're probably leading a few categories because I think most teams are on a 4-man rotation. Scott Stratton, we said we were going to check on you. Yeah, Scott. Unfortunately, you're still not quite there as a starting pitcher. So let's put you as one of our stoppers in the 7th inning. Because Dick McBride, he's doing wonderful. 7 saves, 1.35 ERA. Spike is not doing great, so we're going to move him to avoid high leverage. Yeah, small sample size, I know, but let's put these guys in mop-up roles because I don't think we're going to need an emergency starter. All right, let's go ahead to August 1st. Oh, forgot to check where we are. 3.5 games out. Okay, we don't want to stay on this screen long. Let's go to August. August 1st it is, and lots of player development rating changes that you can see here. Let's see if there's anything notable. Not really. Ted Kennedy has regressed a little bit. Hopefully he'll improve again, but he is getting on in age. Definitely a player that I did not expect this from. If you've watched the previous videos, the inaugural draft was a draft where we took the worst players possible. Well, most of them. We took him in the 15th round. I believe he started, well, you can see he started with 60 stuff, 40 movement, 40 control. So yeah, he was pretty bad to start, and now he's up to 70, 65, and 45. So he has benefited from the development engine in OOTP. Hopefully he will bounce back and his ratings will improve a little bit. If not, he's getting older. It's understandable. Where are we? We are 4 games back. So didn't make any ground in the last month. 2 games behind Cincinnati, 4 games behind St. Louis. Let's go on to September and let's see this number go down. Make sure our pitching's still okay. Halliday and Kennedy. Halliday, is he ready for a start? He's 43%. So maybe, yeah, it is hurting our pitching. I thought we could go with a 2-man rotation, but it doesn't look like that's the case. What's our schedule look like? Not very good as a manager. I should have been aware of that a little bit quicker. So we're going to have to move. Oh, who else has stamina? McBride, but he's so good in that stopper role. Do I give Dick McBride a shot as a starter? I think I do. Stratton, how have you done in the bullpen? Too early to tell. Well, let's give Dick McBride, who's more rested, McBride at 95 or Stratton at 100. Okay. McBride close enough. You are going to get this next start. Okay, hopefully that didn't cost us the season. I thought we had the stamina because we're still in dead ball, 1912, but apparently 2 pitchers are not going to cut it anymore. We're going to have to go with 3. Let's go to September the 1st. This is not good in Expo land. Dick McBride has dropped. Maybe because I moved him into the starter role. Let's take a look at his recent performance. Let's take a look at his pitching stats and game log. Yeah, he's given up quite a few runs. 4 runs, 5 runs, 5 runs. I think we have to zone in on a starting pitcher in this upcoming draft. I like the 2 of them, but we still need a third. Scott Stratton, I don't know. He might be a bullpen guy for the rest of his career because we look at his pitching stats, game log. Look at this, giving up 6 runs, 9, 7, 9, 7. Yeah. Scott Stratton, you're not a starting pitcher, but I didn't like that Dick McBride dropped. He was doing so well as a stopper. So let's put Scott Stratton back. Ted Kennedy, are you ready to pitch? Yes, you're rested. Okay. Where are you, Mr. Halliday? See, now we got 2 guys at 100%. Maybe it was just bad timing last time I checked. So let's go back to a 2-man rotation. We got to pull out all the stops here. No pun intended. You're going as a stopper, Mr. Stratton. Because the league standings are not favorable. We are 6.5 games back, heading into the last month and a half. And we need a big run, a huge run. If we were in the AL, we would be tied for first. In fact, based on win percentage, we would be first. We just happen to be in a really, really competitive division. Let's go to the middle of the month. Let's not play the whole month out. Let's just go to the 16th and see where we're at. And this is where we're at. Once again, we would be leading the AL 9.5 games back. The Cardinals are on a roll. Let's take a look at this Cardinals team. Well, of course, they've got a guy with the trophy named after him, Pete Browning. That is a really solid team. They're going with a 4-man rotation. A lot of big names in that lineup. Don't think it's our year once again. And Washington is starting to make a move. Remember I said I think within a couple seasons, Washington's going to be at the top of their division. They're getting close. They're only 4.5 games out. They've got Ty Cobb. Oh, would have loved this player. Why couldn't we get the first overall pick that year? So there you go. Those that are following or want to follow Ty Cobb's career. He's on a hit streak. He's hitting .322. And their other big player is Dan Brothers, still only 29 years old. If they could get 1 or 2 pitchers, they got Zach Britton in the starting role, probably not his best role. So they need pitching. Give them 1 or 2 quality pitchers and watch out. Okay. Well, I think it's safe to say that we're not going to make the playoffs. So I think we can sim to the end of the regular season. All right, interrupting this video for our first draw. Now, just starting these YouTube videos, it's going to take some time for more people to kind of catch on and enter into the contest. So this one only has 3 entries. Remember, 2 different videos for the same contest. So if you entered both of them and got the correct answer, your name appears twice. If you only entered one, you got your name once. And if you didn't enter, well, sorry, you didn't get your name at all. So hopefully you'll enter in some of the other videos. Remember, the winner will get 5 standard packs. Please give it a few days because depending on when I record the video, when I send the name in, it may take anywhere from 24 to 72 hours. You can tell that you got the packs by going to your transactions in your perfect team, and you should see something called custom event with 5 packs given to you, to the winner. Again, every video you'll have a chance to enter, including this video here, and listen for the question, put in the right response, and in the comments I usually will put down, thank you, recorded, meaning I'm aware of it and your name has been added. All right, let's do this first draw for 5 standard packs. The winner will be Underdog 44. So Underdog, congratulations. I will make sure those packs get sent your way. And thanks for leaving the comments. Thanks for watching the videos. And on with the rest of today's video. The good news, we finished above 500. The bad news is 3 teams finished better. We would have been tied in the AL. We would have been going to a 1-game playoff against Cleveland if we were in that other division. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Looks like we're going to get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th draft pick, maybe 13th, depending if they give it to us or Pittsburgh. It is going to be a St. Louis-Cleveland World Series with St. Louis looking to be the favorite. So let's go and play out the World Series. Why not? I'm going to call St. Louis in 5 games based on the regular season. And they sweep it. Yeah, they were that good. The St. Louis Cardinals are your 1912 World Series champions. My managerial score, apparently I did a good job. I got a 558. Let's check to see if St. Louis has won this award before. First time Second time. Okay, they won the very first one back in 1901, and now they've bookended it, winning it 11 years later. So congratulations on your second World Series title. Chicago has won once, the Giants have won twice, Pittsburgh, and we have won once. So we're looking to tie St. Louis and the Giants with a second World Series win. Cleveland has made their second World Series appearance. They were the Cleveland Broncos in 1902. They are the Cleveland Naps now. And it is a season that we can quickly forget. Let's take a look if there are any highlights. Do we have anything to celebrate? Roy Halladay had a strong season. It looks like he might be our number one pitcher next year. And hitter-wise, in terms of our starters, I don't really see anyone with a huge. Bo Jackson, 307. I guess we can look at the overall leaderboard once again. Jackson's up there a couple times. But yeah, not a memorable season. How about streak-wise? Give us something to celebrate. Bob Chance, 10-game scoring streak. And that's all I see on the first half. Ted Kennedy, 6 games with a consecutive K. Actually, not 6 games, but 6 batters. So that's pretty good. Striking out 6 batters in a row. That's it. 2 of our players make the streak list. Well, it is that time to see the award winners. I don't think we have any shot of getting an award, but let's go on and see who does win all the awards this year. Your 1912 award winners. Let's start in the National League, where it is Elvis Andrus from the world champion St. Louis Cardinals as your MVP. Elvis went in the first round, pick number 11 back in 1909. So only been in the league a couple years, and he's won the MVP. Outstanding. Andy Pettitte, your Cy Young winner. He was drafted in 1905. Again, pick number 11. Sounds like the 11th overall picks. This was their year. Look at that. 9 innings, lots of complete games. Went 28-9 for St. Louis. Germany Smith, who was drafted 2 years ago in 1910. You gotta be kidding. 11th pick overall. You can't make this up. All 3 award winners drafted first round, 11th pick overall. What are the odds of that? Okay, and your reliever of the year is Ralph Branca. He's not going to be 11th overall because he's a reliever. When was he drafted? Yeah, back in the inaugural draft, 9th round, 7th pick overall. Still doing well, 29-year-old. So he was drafted, as an 18-year-old back then. All right, let's check out the AL. Emil Gross from the Boston Red Sox is your MVP. He was drafted 5th overall back in 1901. We've got Don Drysdale, first-time winner of the Cy Young in this franchise. He went 24-14 for the Red Sox, and he was drafted 2nd overall back in 1910. Ralph Garr, not a name I'm familiar with, played in the 1970s with Atlanta and Chicago, and also finished his career with the California Angels. So Ralph Garr is your rookie of the year. I guess we should check when he was drafted. He was drafted 6th overall back in 1910, and your reliever of the year for the second time in 3 years, Barry Court from the Athletics, drafted in the second round, 9th pick of that second round. So there are your award winners for 1912. It is draft time, baby. Let's go to the draft. See where we pick and see what's available. Before we get to the draft, our very first player eligible for the Hall of Fame, not from our team, but from Brooklyn. As we go to the Hall of Fame vote, and again, we're going to start getting into that cycle where we're going to see a lot more players on the eligible list. So, Buddy Meyer, let's take a look at your career, see if we're going to give you a vote here. 1,188 hits, 190 doubles, 7 home runs, 431 RBIs, and a 30.4 WAR. I'm going to pass on giving him a Hall of Fame nomination. Now, I get to vote and the AI vote. So if the AI wants to put him in, I will accept that decision. So we will find out if Buddy is going to be selected. Before we head to the draft, here is your skill testing question to try and win 5 standard packs in Perfect Team. To be eligible, you have to have a Perfect Team account and you have to get the correct answer. Here's your question. I want you in the chat to put a number between 1 and 50. Any number as long as it hasn't been posted by someone else already. Simple question, simple answer. Good luck. And the deadline is going to be Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern. You have to have put your correct answer in by Thursday, September, let me just double check here. Thursday, September 7th by 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, let's head on to the draft. Well, it looks like even though we were tied with Pittsburgh, same win-loss record, they get a pick higher than us. Hopefully, they're not going to take our player, whoever that may be. Let's take a look at the mock draft. Hopefully, we're going to see some recognizable players because last draft was pretty short on high-end talent. We got Justin Turner, Brett Saberhagen, Mike Lowell, Alex Manoah. So a lot of more modern-day players. Josh Naylor, Dennis Eckersley. Hey, he might be a good one we target. Scott Bankhead. Moving down to the second round, Claude Passot. We've got Dave Henderson, Max Bishop, Brickyard Kennedy. If you play Perfect Team, you're familiar with a lot of these cards. A little bit different in the base game. They might not perform as well as they would in Perfect Team. Roberto Kelly. Round number 3, what do we got? Mike Huff. Not many other names I recognize there. Round 4, Crispy Young. And round 5, you see some of the names. Okay, I think we're due to get a good player. We need someone that hopefully can step in within a year to our lineup. So let's go to the draft. Let's go and tell our pick and find out who has been drafted so far. So Bill, this is your number 1 pick, 26-year-old. Wow. Boston Red Sox, I think, reaching a little bit. He does have a strong potential, but 26 years old? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get there. Justin Turner, 23-year-old. Looks like he's going to have a solid career if he develops properly. And the youngest player, Brett Saberhagen. 18 years, 3-star potential, or 3-star overall, 4-star potential. And there you see Dennis Eckersley, which I was hoping Dennis would fall. Man, he would be a starter for sure. Movement a little bit low, but I think he would do well in this time period. So we did not get Dennis Eckersley. A lot of pitchers taken. This was the pitcher projected to fall to us, and kind of glad he didn't, because don't know how good he's going to be. You never know how good these players are going to be. And Pittsburgh did take a position of need for us, third base. Mike Lowell from the Boston Red Sox. All right, let's go on to the Expos pick. Here we are on the draft pool. We're going to go and include everyone that's at least a 2.5 star potential. Quite a few of them. Let's add those to the 1912 shortlist. Let's take a look at our pitchers that are available. And once again, sort by potential, quite a few. Again, we're more concerned about the starting pitchers available to us. We do need that. We're one short. I think we're one short. Unless Scott Stratton can turn things around. Okay, let's go look at the short list. And 1912. All right, pitchers first of all. Not sure why I got I guess that must be overall. Yeah, that's current. We want to take a look at the pitching ratings potential. There we go. Brickyard Kennedy. Again, for Deadball, I know at least for Perfect Team, I don't know about for, I'm sure it's the same for the base game. You want high control, then movement, then stuff. So kind of the opposite. Although, when did he play? He played back in that Deadball era. That early era. Next up, Dan Casey. Same thing. Just not enough control. Don't think it's going to translate well, but I could be wrong. Tully Sparks. Got to develop a little bit, especially that changeup. Otherwise, a 2-pitch reliever. And David Bednar, who is a reliever in real life and would be in the game too. Ruben Gomez. Nope, you wouldn't be a priority. Claude Passot, pretty good. Stamina a little bit low, but Roy Halladay started low and worked his way up. Okay, let's take a look at our batters. Nothing overly impressing. I think if we did go with a pitcher, I think we would go with, who was it, Dan Casey? No. Gomez? No. I've already forgotten who that pitcher would be. Potential. Let's check out if we can draft a future star for the Montreal Expos. Roberto Kelly has the highest overall, really good speed. Bat's not impressive. I don't know if it's worth a first round pick on this guy. He's going to be taken before we get a chance next round, for sure. Did have a long career. In fact, he did play in Montreal. So, hey, Roberto, that works in your favor. Center field. Who do we have in center field right now? We currently have Juan Pierre and Scott Stratton playing center field. Scott Stratton is in center. He could play pretty much anywhere. Center field's not really his best position. What is his outfield range? I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Scott, what was your defensive rating? How did you do in center? You were positive zone rating. Okay, well, you might keep your position. I'm okay with that. Max Bishop, second base. And if we look at our lineup, rank by position here. Bob Chance is going to be our everyday first baseman. Paul Molitor, our everyday second baseman. Majeski could get replaced. He had a good rookie season, hit .277. Sewell is not going to be replaced for at least 3 or 4 more seasons. Same with Cal Daniels. Same with Bo Jackson. And then Scott Stratton as our center fielder. So I guess third base, really. is kind of the only position, third base and a pitcher. So that really narrows it down. We do have Jamie Carroll, 26 years old. He could probably step in, but I don't think he's much better than Majeski. Really don't. See if we can compare those two. Pretty close when you look at them. When you compare them, they are identical in many areas. So I don't think Majeski might even be a little bit better. So Jamie Carroll is not going to be the pick. This is tough. This is a draft where we've taken a lot of time in this first round. Again, center fielder isn't the worst option. Dave Henderson. I think if we were to take a hitter, I think we might go with this guy, Carlos Febles. Just based on his ranking here, it looks like he's a little better than Jamie Carroll. Although that gap power looks really good. Same with that speed, but he's 26. And I don't have a position for him because Scott Stratton is going to play in the outfield, and he's not going to replace Cal Daniels. He's not going to replace Bo Jackson, and we don't have a DH. So I don't want to use a first overall pick for a backup. What do I do here, chat? What do I do? Jonathan Shoop? Or Scope? Or Scoop? I'm sure there's a correct way of pronouncing that. I think we have to go with the pitcher then. And I think, based on potential, stamina, I think it's got to be Dan Casey, unfortunately. I do like Tully Sparks, but he's a reliever. This is, let's show the starters. I don't want to see the relievers. He's probably got the best makeup. 26 years old, though. I'm losing a lot of years on him already. I mean, he could step in right away, but not in the starting role. Right? You can't say he's better than Stratton. No. Stratton's much better and younger. Oh, what to do? I could go with a high-end reliever. Like, look at this guy. Like, he is going to be a really good relief pitcher. Even if that stuff doesn't progress much more, he's going to be really good with that movement. Or do I go Dan Casey? Who, again, is not better than Stratton. Okay, I was drawn to Tully Sparks. I'm going to take Tully Sparks. I don't really like a lot of these guys. I wish we could have had maybe like a Scott Bankhead, maybe a Trevor Cahill. That's a little bit more balanced. Oh, well, we got to do it. Montreal Expos, with their least confident pick in the last 12 drafts, are going to take 21-year-old Tully Sparks. Not too promising for the rest of the draft, I don't think. Let's go to our short list. See what we got left. Okay, we want to make sure the team is showing there to make sure we don't look for someone that's drafted already. So Gomez, yeah, a lot of these guys are gone. Let's take them off the short list and Take a look at our batters. So still quite a few there that we can consider. Bishop's still there. Carroll's still there. Henderson. Febbles. I think it's got to be maybe this guy. That speed, that gap power. He can fill in the outfield, switch hitter. 26, though. I don't like that. I don't like that he's a 26-year-old. You look in our system, Grissom's 24. Otherwise, we're not overly deep. Cordero, 26. Yeah, I guess we could take an outfielder. Just don't know if I want to take the 26-year-old. Febbles only plays second base though. I'm having a tough time here. Sorry for taking so long on this draft. Maybe I'll have to edit a lot of this out because I don't want to make a mistake. Do I go with the 20-year-old one positional player or a better backup? Let's go with Carlos. Actually, let's check our pitchers first of all. What do we got for pitching? Dan Casey is still there, who I considered taking last time, 20 years old. Garcia, another reliever. I don't want to take back-to-back relievers. Brickyard Kennedy is still there. I think I'll take him if he's still there in the third round. Yeah, let's go with the 20-year-old just because I have to keep pronouncing his name now as seasons go on. Carlos Febbles. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. I don't think when we look back in 10 years' time that these are going to be recognizable names. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think they will. Okay, let's go back to the short list and see if we have anyone left. All players. And we got to show the team name. Let's save it. Yep, that's there. That's okay. One batter left. The 26-year-old who I was considering. Okay, it looks like he may be the pick. Pitcher-wise, one pitcher, Brickyard Kennedy. Oh. All right, we're going with the Brickyard just because I like that name. Brickyard Kennedy, round number 3. Okay, short list is done. So let's go and take a look at our batters. We've got a few pitchers already. Let's focus on the batting potential. Contact. Adrian Sanchez. No, I don't want someone that's going to strike out a lot. I think... Yeah, I think we're going to go with Adrian Sanchez. Plays 3 positions, can help out if we do bring him up at some point. So there we go. With our 4th round pick, it is Adrian Sanchez. Curious when you guys do base game drafts, franchise drafts, what are you looking for? Like, do you sort by contact? I guess it depends on the time period. Do you just take the best potential? Do you look for recognizable names? How do you guys approach your draft? I kind of look at potential, but then I look at contact, especially for the Deadball Era. Next up, we've only got 245 contact players left, David Green and this Rob player. 23 years old, David Green is 19. Sort by gap. Matthias. Ooh, no. Yeah, not a lot. I think we go with David Green. On to round number 6. Again, round 5. You can get some good talent. We got Bob Chance in round 5, and he's turned out to be a starting first baseman. Round number 6. Rob is still there, 23 years old. Got that catcher. Looks like really just one strong pitcher left, maybe two. I'd consider this guy a little bit later. I think we have to go with this one. Yeah, look at that for the 6th round. If he gets any kind of boost in stamina. Wow. Yeah, he by far is the best pitching talent left in the 6th round. We're going to keep an eye on him. Okay, time to go back to batters and look for some cool names based on potential. Ed Chaplin. Lou Flick. Dartley Cooper. Pep. Yeah, maybe it's too early. Gap. Oh boy, another weak pool. I think we're going to go with this guy, Chris Aguila. On the team. Who does a scout recommend? Do they recommend the highest guy available, Chaplin? No, Carol Hardy they recommend. All right, let's go with the scout recommendation this time. Why not? 2 more rounds, round number 9, and there is nothing left. Eric, Vern. Okay, that's a kind of looks like a little staircase there. We're going to go with Vern. And we'll take one more look at the pitchers, if any are left. Only 3, and they are no good. Batters. Coolest name I'm going with. Noel Murphy. All capital letters on Noel. I just see green in 2 hitting categories. Steve Kiefer or Steve Dunn. We got a couple of Steves. Do I want gap power or do I want home run power? I think we go with Steve Dunn. Yep. And we are done. How do you like that? The player fits the draft. The Montreal Expos somehow put together a draft. And boy, oh boy, it's going to be interesting. Your Hall of Fame ballot, your results are in, and Buddy Meyer did not get any love from the AI. No votes. He is dropped as he didn't meet the minimum requirements, and we will have a new Hall of Fame class next season. And that is going to be a wrap on this episode. Don't forget to enter the contest. If you play Perfect Team, you can win some standard packs. And also every entry will go towards the monthly prize of a free game code for Out of the Park Baseball 24 on PC or on Steam. It'll be your choice if you happen to win that. And we are going to try and improve and do better in 1913. We do have some player retiring, at least one player that has retired. Let's check that out. Oh, Fritz Peterson. We don't have to demote you because you have retired. 186 wins as an Expo, 3.16 career ERA, 54.64. I'm sure we'll see him on a Hall of Fame ballot. Thank you for your service. We drafted you as a 33-year-old in the inaugural draft, and you put in your time. You took the losses early, and all the best, Fritz, in your retirement. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will refine the roster off screen. We'll find out who we have to put in, who we have to demote. We got some prospects ready to come up. We'll see you next episode.